All right, and we are back. This is NHL 20 Franchise Mode Calgary Flames. This is episode number 52. Yes, welcome back to our Franchise Mode here at the Calgary Flames, and welcome in to the Western Conference Finals in 2025, and possibly one of our last videos and episodes here of Franchise Mode with the Calgary Flames in NHL 20. Yes, welcome in everybody, and welcome to our franchise mode here. As I just mentioned, I should say, this will be one of our last episodes. In fact, it's crazy to believe, but this will either be our last episode or our second last episode, because this is the Western Conference Finals. Shall we make it past this episode to the Stanley Cup Finals, then that will be our last episode, as we will retire officially as GM and hang up our GM skates, if you will, as the GM of the Calgary Flames at the end, at the conclusion of this postseason, which, like I said, is only going to be 1 to 2 more episodes. So possibly could be over at the end of this episode. Possibly could go one more. It's just hard to believe that we're 52 episodes in, and we might finish with 52 or 53 episodes when it's all said and done. So yes, well, like I said, welcome into our franchise mode. Let's get right into it here. We got the Winnipeg Jets in the Western Conference Finals again. A little recap if you haven't been watching. Highly suggest you do go back and watch the last few episodes, but we did win the Stanley Cup last year in 2024 for the first time in our 5-year tenure. We finally won the Cup in our 5th year. This is our 6th and final year. And we're basically just trying to go back-to-back before we retire as GM. That's obviously the ultimate goal. When you do retire at any position, you want to go out on top, and that's what we're trying to do here. We decided after last year to take one last crack at it, and now we are just about 1 round or 2 rounds away from winning the Stanley Cup yet again. So, as expected, we do have the Winnipeg Jets here in this one, so let's get right into actually looking at the stats here. Let's look at them, let's look at us here, and just see where we finish. So, quickly, we're going to actually just quickly go in the regular season standings here. I just want to see where Winnipeg finished overall in the NHL standings. They did finish above us, so they finished 1 spot above us in the overall NHL standings there with 105 points. We finished 102 for 6th. We won our division. It does not look like... Oh, yeah, it looks like they won their division as well. They won the Central. We won the Pacific. So yeah, that's just a quick look there. Let's dive into the playoff stats now. Now that we are 2 rounds deep, we should have a little bit more to work with when it comes to playoff stats here. So let's get right into it. All right. So we've played 10 games here. By the way, we are obviously 8-2-0 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We beat both opening rounds, the Chicago Blackhawks and the LA Kings in the opening round and the second round, respectively. We beat them in 5 games each. So now we got the Winnipeg Jets. So let's take a look here. Goals for per game again. A little bit more to work with than what we had in the last episode. Excuse me. So we are working with a 4.30 goals for per game. That's good enough still for tops in the NHL in the Stanley Cup playoffs. 43 goals for so far in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Like I said, averaging 4.30. That's really good. Winnipeg, where do they sit? Well, they sit a few spots below us at 4th. 375 is their goals for per game. 45 goals for them. Now, they've played more games than us. So actually, they have 2 more goals than we have, 45, and compared to our 43. But they've played 12 games, we played 10 games, so that's where that works out. Let's go at goals against per game and just see where we stand here. So we have the best goals against per game again. If you were watching the regular season, this is a far cry from what happened in the regular season, especially in that first half. The fact that we have the best goals against per game, that's really good to see. 2.40 goals against per game. Here is the Winnipeg Jets, 3.08 goals against per game, so they sit down there about halfway through the standings here in goals against per game. Let me get a drink here for a second. Hang on. Ooh, struggling there. All right, so yeah, as mentioned, goals against per game, we're top. Goals for per game, we're top. They are struggling a little bit more in the goals against category, but they're decently high in the goals for per game. So this should be a fun matchup in the conference finals. Let's take a look at the PP. We should be operating the best PP in the league, and we are at 29%. That's a really good PP. 9 power play goals so far. The Winnipeg Jets, They look to be in the bottom half, so their power play is struggling, 16.2, which is actually not a bad power play on average, but it just looks like the averages are up in total this year. 6 power play goals for them so far through the Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's take a quick look at the PK, and then let's jump right into individual stats. So we are operating with the best PK in the NHL, 91.9%. Again, very far cry from what the regular season. We had the worst penalty kill all season long in the NHL. It's just bananas. This game is so inaccurate because as soon as we hit the playoffs, we just somehow we have the best PK. Like, it doesn't make sense. We did let the computer kind of auto generate our penalty kill lines for the Stanley Cup playoffs, but like, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm not going to get into it too much. Where's the Winnipeg Jets down here? 81.4% for them, so their PK is about half in the league. So what you can see there is that we're doing pretty good. We're top spot in every category: goals for, goals against, power play, PK. Winnipeg's up there in some categories. They're about halfway in some other categories. So this should be a fun matchup nevertheless. Let's take a quick look here at individual stats here. Mostly for the Jets. Just quickly for us, there's Matthew Tkachuk leading the way, 17 points in 10 games. He's definitely our Conn Smythe favorite right now. We talked about in the last episode how Tkachuk, these last couple of years really came into his own, became one of our best players, really became a superstar for us. He could have won the Conn Smythe last year for us when we did win the Stanley Cup. He was that good. Had a lights-out regular season, and now he has gotten 17 points in 10 games to lead our team here in this year's postseason. There's McKinnon quietly doing what he always does. Could have also won the Conn Smythe last year, 15 points there through 10 games. Monahan, 13. Gaudreau's up there, 12. So yeah, just our top guys up there. Ovechkin's casually a point a game. So yeah, just you can see there. But we also have some good depth down here, like Dubé, Giroux's been good in these playoffs. Zarnik's been surprisingly good. And then you can see down here, so... just taking a look at that, just really want to look at Braden Holtby as well. Just see his numbers here. So Holtby's working with a 9.16 save percentage, 2.35 goals against, 8.1-1 for Braden Holtby through 10 games. So obviously really good. That's all you can ask for out of your starting goalie, especially a guy that we had to get halfway through the regular season. Again, check it out if you did not watch the regular season. Go back, watch the last few episodes. Definitely a lot of entertaining action this year. It was probably the most roller coaster like season imaginable for us. So let's take a look now at obviously the Winnipeg Jets here, and let's take a look here at where they sit in terms of player stats individually. So they're led by Kyle Connor with 20 points through 12 games. Really good playoffs here for Kyle Connor. Likely on that top line here is Mark Scheifele, 18 points for Scheifele, 17 points for Laine. So if this is their top line of Connor, Scheifele, and Laine, I mean, that's going to be a lights-out top line. It's going to be hard for us to stop. Really elite top line, if that is their top line. We'll see here in a second. Derek Brassard there, 11 points. Nick Ehlers and Pontus Aberg there with 10 points, and then you can see a bit of a drop-off here as they got some players down here, some depth players in here with down their roster. Excuse me, there's Elias Lindholm, former Calgary Flame. Let's take a look at their goaltending situation. Connor Hellebuck leading the way, so 906, 294 there for your save percentage, goals against, 8-3-1 there through 12 games for Connor Hellebuck. So not bad. Still probably an elite goalie at 31 years of age. So we'll see what we've got there with Hellebuck in goal. Just wanted to go back to their defense and see if they're getting any offense from their back end. So it's Tyson Barrie who's leading the way for them with 6 points, but a -3 rating for Tyson Barrie. So they might be a weaker defensive team. The goals against, the penalty kill might reflect that, and we can take a look now at their lineups to see if that is the case. So let's take a look here at Winnipeg's lines. All right. Let's go this way. Here we go. Winnipeg Jets. All right, so yeah, as mentioned, there it is. Expected. Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, Patrick Laine. That's an elite top line. 88, 91, 93. Like, that is pretty damn good. That might be even as good as our top line. Wow. So that's really good. We're gonna struggle with this one. Like, this line is probably going to carry them. It's very elite. Yeah, not much to say there. Like, that's a strong top line compared to the last two teams that we saw. Second line looking like this: Christian Vasilinen there at 86, Mason Appleton 83, and Elias Lindholm, the former Calgary Flame, as mentioned there on the right side. 87 still for Elias Lindholm when we traded him, when we let him walk to free agency one season ago. Yeah, it was last summer he walked to free agency and went and signed with the Winnipeg Jets. He was in 87. I didn't know if he would go down, but at 30 years of age, he's probably plateaued exactly at 87. That's really good for Elias Lindholm. So 87 overall, still a pretty solid second line. Vesalainen and Lindholm are two strong wingers that could easily be on your top line as well. Mason Appleton at 83 is maybe not a second line center, but he's playing with two elite wingers there. Third line looking like this. We got this Mika Hagman guy, 78, 76 here for Nikinen guy here, and then Nikolai Ehlers, still there at 87. So, I mean, look at the right side. Laine, Lindholm, Ehlers, 93, 87, 87. Like, that is a stacked right side. Nikolai Ehlers probably belongs in your top 6. But they have that same problem that we had for so many years, is they have just too many elite wingers. Remember when we had Elias Lindholm and Max Domi and all those elite wingers, and we always had one of them playing on the third line? Because we had just too many wingers in our system. It was crazy. So that's kind of what they're struggling with as well. They got Vesalainen, Connor, Laine, Lindholm, and Ehlers. They really have 5 wingers for 4 spots in their top 6. Unfortunately, Nikolai Ehlers is not a centerman, or else he would easily be right behind Scheifele there for the 1-2 spot. But hey, it is what it is. When you have so much depth, you gotta put them on your third line. He does obviously not belong there with these two guys who are in their 70s. These guys should probably be on your 4th line. So that's an interesting third line. It's kind of weak. Obviously, it's only carried by one player, and that's Nikolai Ehlers. 4th line looking like this. You got a 75 down here. You got Brassard at 78, and you got Pontus Aberg at 81. That's an average 4th line. Aberg's probably slightly above 4th line status, but these two definitely belong in your 4th line. So really strong top 6 is what I see here with Winnipeg. Again, if you just put Ehlers in there instead of Appleton, just for not for line's sake, but just for player's sake, that's probably one of the most elite top 6s in the NHL. When you go 86, 88, 91, 93, 87, and 87, if you look at those 6 players, that's a very, very elite top 6. So that's a strong top 6. The depth, however, not as strong. It's okay depth. But I mean, for being in the Western Conference Finals, not the strongest, but we don't have the strongest bottom 6 either. So this should be interesting. Let's take a look at the defensive core now. Josh Morrissey, the Calgary native, 85 overall. Tyson Barrie is there at 83. That's not the best top pairing, but it's all right. It's more of a second pairing. Then you got this Sami Niku guy at 83, and Vili Halainen. He is 81, so that's more of that's kind of a weak second pairing. Jeff Petrie and Logan Stanley coming in on your third pairing. That's a decent third pairing, 81 and 80. Not the strongest defensive core for sure. I mean, their best guy is 85, and that's Josh Morrissey. But they do have, like I said, a very elite top 6. So we probably have them beat there. Let's just take a quick look here at special teams. What are they throwing at us on the PP and on the PK? So as expected, they put their most elite players on their power play with Josh Morrissey as well, and then they have some of their other Lindholm and Vesalainen Vesalainen on the second unit. Not as strong as our PP, but it's decent. PK looking like this. It's probably their best defensive players in goaltending. This is what they have. They have Connor Hellebuck at 86 and former Flame Tyler Parsons at 81 overall. So you can see we have them. We have them beat in the goaltending department as well. Not a bad goaltending a tandem there for them, but we should have them beat there with Holtby and Samsonov. So yeah, look at our top line, probably just as elite as their top line. We do have a Nathan McKinnon at 94, Johnny Gaudreau 91, Matthew Tkachuk 86. Our top line is also playing lights out right now with a +5 chemistry. So I mean, we definitely have them matched with our top line, but they have just as good of a top line. Second line also probably just as strong, with Monahan anchoring at a 91, 86 for Dubé. Even though Ovechkin is down to an 83, like I said, he's a point per game right now. He's playing really well. Bottom 6 probably very equivalent to theirs as well. We have Claude Giroux, we have Sam Bennett, Jordan Eberle. I mean, that's probably equivalent. Don't forget they have Nikolai Ehlers on their third line, so they have us beat there. But we got a slightly better overall third line. Fourth lines are about the same. I mean, they never change really. We probably have them beat here. 89 for Yusuf Valimaki, 85 for Rasmus Andersson, 84 for Josh Manson, 85 for Dougie Hamilton. Our top four is definitely better than their top four. It's a lot stronger. Third pairing with Nemeth and Shillington, probably the same. And when it comes to goaltending right here, like I said, with Holtby and Samsonov, we have the better overall goalies, 89 and 83, where I think they had an 85 and an 81. So slightly better in the goaltending department. All right. So yeah, that's enough of that. Just really quickly looking at the matchups and what we can expect here in the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be a lot tighter. You see their lineups and our lineups. It is a lot tighter than the last two rounds against Chicago and LA. So this is going to be interesting, especially LA. If you missed that last episode against LA, go back and check it out. It was crazy how LA even made it to the Stanley Cup playoffs, let alone made it to the second round with the team they had. But yet what they were doing, I mean, it was just the worst team I've ever seen on paper in a Stanley Cup playoff matchup. But yet they were still so dangerous. It was the most bizarre episode. So if you did not check out episode 51, go back and check it out before continuing to watch this one, because it was a chaotic episode. But anyway, we're back in it here. Western Conference Finals, second year in a row. So let's jump right in. Calgary, Winnipeg. Here we go. Let's jump into game one from the Bell Center. Bell MTS Center, I should say, in Winnipeg. Real-time sim for game one, and we are underway in the Western Conference Finals 2025. We are looking to book our second straight ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals and win our second straight Stanley Cup. Would be nice for sure, like I said, to go out on top that way. All right, so the first goal of the series goes to Yusuf Valimaki, our top defenseman, opens the scoring, beating Connor Hellebuck, and it's 1-0 Flames after 20 minutes. Let's get to the second period here. Come on, Calgary. And the Jets are working on the power play, and they get a power play goal. It is Mason Appleton scoring for them, and then they get another power play goal back to back as Patrick Laine on that top line comes through. So look out, their power play suddenly lethal. We give them two power play opportunities to open up this series, and they score on both of them. So I mean, like I said, they had an average PP coming into this series. We give them two tries, they beat us both times. So we gotta be careful with our penalties for sure. Against an elite scoring team like this. And there's Patrick Laine again. Opens up a nice 3-1 lead for them, and this is not the way we wanted to start out the Western Conference Finals. Come on, Flames. Got to fight back here. Like I said, Scott Wilson scores, and that is the end of the game. So, unfortunately, we don't have enough to come back here in this one as we lose this game 3-2 to the Winnipeg Jets. We make it close, but not enough. Not enough there. Our offense has to be better. Our offense is better than that, so we need to be better. We need to be better in that category. We'll see how Holtby did here in a second. Not too much out there. Fourth line struggled a little bit. Holtby went 8-8-0. Yeah, so not the best night for Holtby either. So this is kind of one you want to put behind us to open up this series. We'll go down 0-1 here in the Western Conference Finals. Kind of want to put this behind us and get back here in game two, because this is a very, very important game here in a game number two. So, I don't know if we have any extras, but that fourth line did struggle. So I'm wondering if we take out like an Austin Zarnik. Who is our extra player here? Noah Gregor. Yeah, we can just throw Noah Gregor in here. Came up from our affiliate team, I believe, at the trade deadline. So we'll give him his shot at his first Stanley Cup playoff game with us, just because that fourth line struggled a bit. That's the only change we'll make. Obviously, we'll keep everything else the same. We got here to the Western Conference Finals for a reason. All right, let's jump right into the game number two. Like I said, super, super important game here. We can't go down 0-2. We definitely can't go down 0-2 in the Western Conference Finals. So this is a must-win already for the Calgary Flames. And we started off with a goal from Jordan Eberle just a minute into the hockey game. That's what you want to see. Come on, Flames. Now we're working on the PP. Come on, Calgary. Crap, our PP has struggled in this one. Here's another look. Nothing. Another look. Come on, Calgary. We're given all these power play opportunities and we're not scoring. That's hard. Like, that's already, I think it's 4 or 5 power plays through the first 2 games that we have yet to score a power play goal. We can't go cold on the PP now. We need to take advantage of special teams. We have the better special teams. We have to take advantage of it if we want to win this series. Come on, Flames. Dougie Hamilton. There we go. Huge goal by Dougie Hamilton to start the second. And then a response here. Matthew Tkachuk. Massive goal. 3-1. But Laine gets his third of the series as he puts Winnipeg on the board at 3-1. Come on, Calgary. Big PK there. Big PP here. Come on, Calgary. We got to get those power play goals. My God. We're doing good on the PK. We are just struggling on the power play so far in this series. All right, come on, Flames. Got to get back here. We got to hang on to this 3-1 lead here, heading into the third. Come on, Flames. Here's a look at the power play. Here's a look at the power. Oh, my God. This power play is going to kill us. Come on, Calgary. Half a period to go here. We're going to hang on to our 2-goal lead here. Come on, Flames. You can already see how much... Oh, my God. Tyson Barrie scores. 3-2. Oh, my God. Barrie ties that up. Holy fuck. Just going to say how tight these games are. You can already see how tight these games are at 3-1. And then fucking Tyson Barrie comes out of nowhere and scores 2 straight goals. Like, what the hell? He gets a power play goal and an even strength goal like 4 minutes to go. Are you kidding me? And we had a 3-1 series lead, and just like that, it's evaporated. And we are possibly on the verge of going down 0-2 if we don't score the next goal here in overtime. Come on, Calgary. We need this one. Come on. Overtime, here we go. Come on, Flames. We have to get this goal. We can't go down 0-2. Come on, Calgary. Come on. Fuck! Oh, my God. Disaster strikes Calgary. As Pontus Aberg scores the overtime winner, and it's a comeback for the Jets. That could put an end to our season here as we are down 0-2. Oh, my God. All right. Gonna have to change something up here. Holtby's struggling again. Do we give Samsonov a game? 882, 374 goals against. I don't know. I mean, it's not the worst numbers. Not the best numbers either. Yikes. Yikes. That's a big coaching decision for us now. We're down 0-2. I mean, one more loss, and we are facing elimination. Do we put Ilya Samsonov in net? That is the big question here. So Samsonov, 83. Alright, so came in for 7 games for us in the regular season. 925, 216. Not bad numbers at all. There's a look at Holtby, 910, 253 goals against through 12 games this year in the playoffs. He's still an 89, though. He is the veteran. He's won a Stanley Cup. Fuck it. You know what? We're going to stick with Holtby. This is exactly why we acquired a guy like this. Was for big game situations like this. He struggled 2 games in a row, but you know what? I'm going to give it to Holtby. I'm going to give him the net the rest of the way here. I mean, if we make it to the next round and if we win a Stanley Cup, it's going to be on the back of Braden Holtby. So you know what? We're going to have to just give him the net. Oh, this sucks though, because I don't know what else to do. Scoring's been down. Obviously, the power play's been struggling. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Nothing for Nogard in 7 minutes. Let's keep that like that. Let's just change up our PP. That's the only thing we're gonna do right now. The only thing we can do, and just hope that we can fight back in this series. So our power play, like I said, it's been insanely good all playoffs long. So the fact that we're switching this up it just doesn't seem right because it's been that good. But it's struggled in this series. We've had almost 10 power play opportunities, I think, through the first 2 games, and we have not converted on any of them. So we're gonna have to do something here. I really don't know what to do here. Let's try moving Juuso Välimäki up to the top unit. We'll put Ovechkin on the second unit for the first time, and let's try putting Monahan down here, putting Dubé up there. And go Dubé, McKinnon, Kachuk, Välimäki, Gaudreau, and then we'll put Monahan and Ovechkin down here on the second unit. Still 2 good elite units, but let's just try switching some minor things up here and see if we can spark our PP, because we need something here in Game 3. So this is obviously a must-win. Pretty much, like I said, you go down 0-3 in the Western Conference Finals, you pretty much know your season's over. So as we head back to Calgary here with home ice, we have to take games 3 and 4. There's no chance that we can lose either. Obviously, game 3 because we don't want to go down 0-3. 0-3 in this series, but game 4 as well because we obviously know that game 4 is the most important game of any series in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So here we go. Game 3, it starts with one game at a time here. We need to win this game. Come on, Calgary. Here's our first look at the PP, and somehow they score. Right after the PK, they get momentum, and Patrick Laine has been absolutely lights out for them in this series. He has single-handedly taken over this series, and that's not what you want to see. Monahan gets a goal for us. Eberle gets our first power play goal, possibly, of the series for us. We've got a 2-1 lead, but we saw a 3-1 lead evaporate, and in the last game, so we can't trust any lead right now. We just got to keep adding to it. All right, power play here. There's a power play goal, Nathan McKinnon. So that's 2 power play goals. We've got our 3-1 lead back, but here they go on the PP. Come on, Calgary, kill it off here. Fuck, Scheifele scores. 3-2. Once again, it is super close in this series. There's another goal from Jordan Eberle, and it's also on the power play. 2 power play goals for Eberle, and then a goal for Dylan Dubé. That's what you like to see here. Some depth scoring coming through. And then they get another goal from Nikolai Ehlers. Like, this is just so damn close. It's not even funny. Right, third period, we're hanging on to a 2-goal lead. Barely, though. We were hanging by a thread here. We just need to win this game. Come on, Calgary. Come on, kill the clock here. Please kill the clock. Oh my god, this is killing me. I mean, these are such close games, too. We could have easily won games 1 and 2. They were that close. All right, come on, Calgary. Hang on here. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. Come on, let's get back in this series. Yes, Dougie Hamilton, empty netter. 57 seconds left. We'll take it. 6-3. We double up the Jets. We needed that one. We definitely needed that one. Still too close for comfort, but finally our offense breaks through. Our top line, McKinnon has 3 points. Gaudreau has 2 points. Dubé has 2 points. 2 power play goals for Jordan Eberle. How good was he on some depth scoring? 2 points for Monahan, Ovechkin, Hamilton. That's what you want to see for sure. Much better night for our offense all around. Goaltending, much better night for Holtby as well. He's above 900, 912 there with 31 saves on 34 shots. We'll take it. That's a good game 3 response to games 1 and 2, as we slowly climb back in this series. So let's, like I said, we have to keep it going now. We couldn't just win game 3. If we don't win game 4, it's really not going to matter because game 4, like I said, if we win this, then suddenly it's anybody's series. It's 2-2 and it becomes a best of 3. But if Winnipeg wins this, then it's pretty much lights out on our season and our franchise mode because they'll go up 3-1 and have the stranglehold. So I mean, we say it every episode. Game 4 is the most important game of any series, and it really is in this round as well. So we have to obviously win this one. Another must win. We're coming off a 6-3 win. We have to keep it going here in game 4, the most important game. Come on, Calgary. Come on, Flames. All right, they got a PP to start, and they open the scoring. Mark Scheifele on the power play. Their offense has been lethal in this series, especially Patrick Laine and that top line. All right, there's a look at our PP. We don't respond with anything. Come on, Flames. Come on. Got to get back in it here. Come on, Calgary. Please get something going here. All right, there we go. Matthew Phillips on the 4th line. Huge goal there for Matthew Phillips. We needed that one. Come on, Flames. Come on, let's get back in it here. 1-1 split here halfway through regulation. Come on, Calgary. Fuck, they score. Oh my god, 2 depth goals for them. And then McKinnon responds for us. This is close again. There's still 5 minutes to go here in the second. Come on, Flames. Come on, Calgary. All right, here we go. Third period. We are down by a goal. We cannot lose this game. We have to fight back. This is the biggest period of our season. Come on, Calgary. Come on. Our entire franchise mode is hanging by the threads here on this period. Yes, Alex Ovechkin scores. Game tied. Come on, Calgary. Get it back now. Come on. Huge goal from Ovi. His first. No! Calgary native Josh Morrissey scores. They're up 4-3. 10 minutes to go. Come on, Flames. Yes, Claude Giroux. There we go. Some depth scoring ties us up. Come on, Flames. Come on. Here's a late one, Calgary. Yeah, Giroux again. With 1:40 to go, Claude Giroux, the former captain of the Flyers, comes through for the Flames, and that is a massive comeback by Calgary and by one Claude Giroux. Oh my god, that was huge. 2 goals just like that from Giroux in the final how many minutes, and the Flames escaped game 4 with a massive 5-4 win. Oh my God, that's got to piss Winnipeg off because they had this one kind of like we did in Game 2. Wow. Huge performance by Giroux. Sam Bennett with 2 assists on Giroux's goals. That third line was just huge for us. Also, Ovechkin getting his first 2-point night there for Bennett, as mentioned. Yeah, good night all around. We needed that one. We needed the depth scoring for sure. Holtby struggling once again, 8.57. This is a really bad time for Braden Holtby to be struggling. I think he's only been over 900 once so far in the 4 games, and that was in Game 3. He's been below 900 in the other 3 games, games 1, 2, and 4. Like I said, it's Holtby's net, though. I'm not going to go put Ilya Samsonov in goal right now. Holtby's an 89 overall. He's a veteran. He's won a Stanley Cup. This is exactly why we acquired Braden Holtby, was for extremely big games like this in the Western Conference Finals, in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we can't, you know what? It's going to be his net. The reason we have, you can go best lines in Stockton. MCL sprain, yikes. The reason we have Samsonov is just for insurance, just for, to have a solid backup, because you can never be too prepared. And I wanted to make sure we had that, because we didn't have that in our previous backup in Alex Netrovic, who just couldn't even take a game in the net. So I just wanted to get some depth. I don't think I was expecting to get as good of a goalie as Ilya Samsonov, who was a legit #1 goalie in San Jose. But the whole reason that we got him was just to be a backup. I didn't get him to play as a tandem with Holtby, because I knew Holtby is the guy that we're going to run with. So, yeah, I'm going to leave Holtby in that. He has not been good here in the Western Conference Finals, but, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's his net the rest of the way, pretty much. If we're going to win, and if we're going to win this round, if we're going to win a Stanley Cup, it's going to be with Braden Holtby in goal. So, let's just see if he can bounce back here in the second half of this series. It's now tied at 2-2. It becomes a best of 3. Now, the next 2 wins will win this series and book a ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. So we just need 2 more wins here, and we are in the Stanley Cup Final. So come on, Flames. We got 3 games left here. We need to win 2 of them. We just need to win 2 of them. Here we go. It starts with Game 5 back in Calgary. Come on, Flames. Come on. This is a huge... If we can get this one and go up 3-2 in the series, this is a huge game for us. Come on, Flames. Game 5. Here we go. 2-2 series tie. Come on, Flames. Home ice here. Oh, fuck. They score. Pontus Aberg opens the scoring in Game 5. Come on, Calgary. Come on. This is a super close series, too, by the way. All right, come on, Flames. All right, 1-0 Jets after 20 minutes here in Game 5. Come on, Flames. Yes, Johnny! That's his first of the series. Huge goal for Johnny to tie this game up. Power play. 5-on-3. Oh my God, we have to take... look what happens when we don't take advantage of this fucking special teams. Is they get the momentum from the PK and score, and then they score a power play goal right after that. Holy fuck. Mark Scheifele comes out of nowhere and gets them 2 huge goals in the second. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to overreact to it, but just look at that. We had a 5-on-4, a 5-on-3, and then a 5-on-4. Probably almost 4 minutes straight of power play time. We don't get a single goal, and then they get the momentum from that PK. They score, and then that gives them more momentum, to go on the power play and score again. Mark Scheifele twice, and just like that's 3-1 Jets. Like, what the fuck? And now we go down 3-1. In the final 20 minutes here of Game 5. I mean, that could decide our season right there. That little stupid power play right there could decide our entire season. I mean, oh my God. Come on, Flames. Bounce back here. Okay, McKinnon, there's 1. We need another one here. Come on, 10 minutes to go. We need another one, Calgary. Come on, Flames. Where's our offense? Fuck, you kidding me? Come on, Calgary. Come on, 3 minutes to go. We get... Oh, fuck. All right, we're going to go down 3-2 in this series, and for the first time ever, we're facing elimination. Wow. All right, so we needed that one. Like I said, that second period power play killed us. That killed us for sure. Because we gave them the momentum from that. Dougie Hamilton struggled at a -2. Again, 8-3-3 for Holtby. He has just struggled in this series, and it's just a bad time for him to go cold. Wow. I don't know what to say. This is tough. This is tough. What we're going to do here is facing elimination, so we will bring Austin Zarnik back into the series. Where are we here? Centerman. I'm not going to touch, like, I mean, these lines have been so good up until now. Our third line's been good in this series. So I'm not going to really touch any of the other lines. Hamilton struggled, but I mean, that was just one game. I think our defense is very well balanced with +1s all the way through on the right side there. So I don't really want to touch anything here. And again, Holtby struggled, but it's his net here. It's like, I mean, if we're gonna win, it's gonna be with Holtby. I'm not now gonna turn to Samsonov now that we're facing elimination. No. So let's get Monahan back on that top unit. We'll try this: Monahan, McKinnon, Kachuk, Gaudreau, and Valimaki. That's all we can do right now. That is all we can do. Minor tweak to our PP. And we got to take it one game at a time. We got Game 6 here and possibly Game 7 if we can find a way to win Game 6. If we want a chance to go to the Stanley Cup Finals for a second straight year and end off our franchise mode, with a bang, then we need a win right now. We need to win Game 6. This is it. Do or die right now on our entire franchise mode right here. Game 6. Calgary and Winnipeg. Here we go. We're facing elimination. We have to win. It is a literal must-win here for the Flames. And this could be it. Come on, Calgary. Come on, Flames. Force a Game 7. We just got to take it one game at a time. And there's the first goal by Kyle Connor. Oh, my God. All right. Come on, Calgary. All right, there we go. Rasmus Anderson. That is huge. Big goal from Rasmus on the blue line. All right, come on, Flames. All right, 1-1 in Game 6 after 20. Come on, Calgary. Here we go. Second period. Come on, Flames. We're out shooting them. We got to keep it going here. Where's our offense? Got to help Holtby out back there. Come on, Calgary. Halfway through regulation. We need some goals here. Fuck. Vesalainen twice. Oh, that could be the dagger. There's Ovechkin. Huge response. We're only down by 1 now. Still lots of hockey to be played. Claude Giroux ties it up before the period. 3-3. We're heading into the third. Deadlocked at 3. So Christian Vesalainen scores twice. But we get responses from Ovechkin, and Claude Giroux has been so good in this series. And suddenly it's 3-3. We still have life heading into the third period of Game 6. Come on, Flames. We just need to win this third period. This is it. Could be our last period. Come on, Calgary. We got to win this one. Yes, McKinnon. Come on, Calgary. We got to hang on now. We got to hang on. Huge goal from McKinnon. Fuck, they tie it up. Hagman has scored. They have tied the game up. Come on, Calgary. Come on. This is it. Power play right here. This could be it. That could be it. Oh, we need that PP. Come on, Calgary. Come on, 6 minutes to go. Come on, Flames. Here we go. Late power play. Oh, come on, Calgary. No. All right, the Jets are carrying a power play into overtime. And with 44 shots on goal, we are just trying to get a puck past Connor Hellebuck if we want a chance to continue on here in our franchise mode and in our season. Come on, Calgary. The next goal literally will decide everything. And here we go. Overtime in Game 6 to decide it all. Come on, Calgary. Come on. We had a 5-on-3 there in overtime. You see what I mean? This is it. Come on, Calgary. This is it. Oh, this is it. And that is it. There it is. The Winnipeg Jets, Patrick Laine. It's very fitting that Laine gets the overtime winner to end the series and book their ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Calgary Flames season has come to an end. But more importantly, our franchise mode in NHL 20 has officially come to an end. So I said it at the top of this episode. I wasn't sure if episode number 52, the one that you're watching right now, would be the final episode, or if there would be a 53rd episode, I should say. But unfortunately, we lose to the Winnipeg Jets in the Western Conference Finals in the year of 2025. And with that, that means that this is the end of our franchise mode with the Calgary Flames. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say right now. Obviously, we're not going to dissect our season because this was our last season. Really good run by the Calgary Flames again. We did win our Stanley Cup in year number 5. We just tried to go back-to-back. We did make it to the Western Conference Finals in our final year, but we could not get past the Winnipeg Jets. Unfortunately, it ends there. So this is what it looks like. 6 seasons at the helm of the GM of the Calgary Flames. I don't have it in front of me where we finished in each season, but I know we won at least 2 Pacific Division crowns in that 6 seasons, including this year. We won a Western Conference title, and we won a Stanley Cup championship in the 6 years that we were GM of the Calgary Flames. When you look at that as a whole, that's not a bad 6 years as GM of the Calgary Flames. I mean, anybody that goes on a 6-year run as a GM would gladly take, two division championships, a conference championship, and of course a Stanley Cup championship when it's all said and done. We had a hell of a run. There was really, it was some fun years in there. I mean, there was one year, I think it was year 2, we didn't even make the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think there was a few years, like this year was this year was probably the most bizarre year of any of them, where we were so bad in the first half. We were dead last in the NHL in the first half, but then we just went lights out in the second half. I never seen anything like it. We had some really weird years as well in between, but at the end of the day, it was pretty fun to say the least. So one last look here at our final team that is constructed. Going into for our next GM, this is what they have to work with. I think I can't really look at the contract situations here. I'm probably go by here. 6 more years left for Nathan MacKinnon at 12.3. So our next GM has got his centerpiece right here to work with. Still 29 years of age. He's still quite young. Just in this prime right now. So a lot to work with for our next GM with MacKinnon. Gaudreau's contract still has 5 years remaining. He's a little bit older at 31. Tkachuk's got a year remaining. He's still only 27. Monahan's got 5 years. So you can see our core, our core is still going to be there for our next GM. They have a lot to build around. The only one here, that they really need to work on is Matthew Tkachuk is going to be a free agent this upcoming season. So he's going to be asking for a pay raise. And he had 2 really good seasons and 2 really good Stanley Cup playoffs run. He would have been our Conn Smythe Trophy winner had we made it past this episode. So he's going to be expecting a huge raise for our next GM. That's going to be fun to work with for that. But we have a good core. We built such a solid core in those 6 years. We kept Monahan and Gaudreau, by the way, which was controversial because a lot of people were thinking, well, there's no way the Calgary Flames are going to go forward with Johnny Gaudreau and Sean Monahan steering the ship, but somehow we made it work. Now, I know this is just a video game, but we still made it work with Gaudreau and Monahan. In fact, we signed them both to matching $10 million contracts. They both have 5 years left. I mean, it's incredible that we got it done with these 2 guys, at the helm. Both of them turned out to be really good players for us. We added to it with Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon kind of became our biggest piece, but we added to it with MacKinnon. We only had MacKinnon the last two years. So Monahan and Gaudreau actually got it done for 6 years for us, pretty much as the core themselves. So, I mean, this isn't a bad core when it's all said and done. Tkachuk really adds to it as well. Tkachuk, Gaudreau, Monahan were here before we were here, so it's not like those players were on us. That was all the work of Brad Treliving and before, the management before us. So, I mean, it's possible. I'm just saying it's possible with the current core that the Calgary Flames have to build a championship caliber team. We did it. Yes, we had to add a Nathan MacKinnon, but we still did it with, Monahan, Gaudreau, Tkachuk, the big 3 up front. All right. Other than that, I mean, 1 year left for Ovechkin. I don't think they're going to re-sign him at 39 years of age. It was a really good 2-year run with Ovechkin, including winning a Stanley Cup with him. He was just nothing but good for us and lights out for us, at 38 and 39 years of age. They got Claude Giroux here with 2 years left. Dylan Dubé still really young at 26, 3 years left. And he's only getting better. Dougie Hamilton's got 2 years left on a pretty reasonable contract. Jordan Eberle, they probably won't re-sign. Bennett, I don't know if they'll re-sign. Yusuf Valimaki another big one. Their top defenseman right now, 26 years of age. Is going to have to find a way to get this guy signed. So both Tkachuk and Valimaki, that's going to be a fun off-season for our next GM. Rasmus Anderson's contract is also up. Another young defenseman that you want to keep in your top 4 for sure. And then, Austin Zurich, Phillips, you might want to re-sign. Josh Manson's got 2 years left at 5. So onward. Shillington there as well. When we look at goaltending, again, this is all for our next GM. I didn't expect to do this, but whatever. Goaltending, Holtby's got 2 years left, so you still have another good year of Braden Holtby. Is he going to decline from 89 at 35 years of age? Very likely. He'll probably go down to like an 85, 84, but that's still starting goalie caliber for Braden Holtby. Ilya Samsonov, where I don't know where Samsonov is. He's not in here. I can't remember if they got him under contract, but it doesn't matter. That's for our next GM to worry about. So, like I said, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching Franchise Mode here in NHL 20. I really don't know how to sign off here. I can't believe it's been 52 episodes. That's a long time. In each episode's almost like an hour long. Some of them are like half an hour long. This one's going longer, but yeah, I mean that's almost like 50 hours of YouTube footage right there. I mean, I highly doubt anybody's watched all of these. In fact, I haven't even watched all of these. I watched most of them after I upload each one. But yeah, I mean, I did it just for fun. I never did it for the views. I just did it, just to record my franchise modes and have a little bit of fun here. And it was fun. Like I said, 6 years. Had a lot of fun constructing our team. I think it's a lot better and a lot funner, if that's a word, considering that we did win a Stanley Cup. If we did not win our cup last year in year 5 and we failed to win our ultimate goal through the 6 years, this would suck. This would be a very bitter way to end our franchise mode. But the fact that we did win a cup makes it so much better. It makes it we look back on it and it's just like you've got nothing but good things to say. You're at peace with the end of this franchise mode because we did win the Stanley Cup. It was that ultimate ending that we were waiting for. So yeah, like I said, thank you very much for watching franchise mode. That will do it for NHL 20. We are going to be back eventually here, hopefully very soon, with NHL 21. I'm definitely thinking of starting up a franchise mode there with the Calgary Flames. Like I said, lots of intriguing things there. I know it's a different franchise mode. There's some different updates to the game in NHL 21. Other than that, it's probably constructed the same as my guess as NHL 20, but we're going to have a different team. Like, we've got a different roster to work with, and the biggest thing that I thought would be a cool way to do our franchise mode with the Calgary Flames to really make it different is do exactly the opposite of what I was just talking about a few minutes ago, and that's by trading one of Johnny Gaudreau or Sean Monahan right off the bat, because there's been a high demand in real life from the fan base that it's just not happening with those two at the helm. It's just not happening with this core that either Gaudreau or Monahan or both of them need to be traded in order for the Flames to find success. So what if we start our next franchise mode in NHL 21 by making a blockbuster trade right out of the gate and trading away either one of Johnny Gaudreau or Sean Monahan and constructing our team that way and then trying to win a Stanley Cup. I just thought that would be an interesting wrinkle to put in to our franchise mode in NHL 21 to make it really, really unique right off the bat and different from this one. But again, no guarantee. I'm going to take a look at our roster in NHL 21 and then kind of make a judgment call from there. If it doesn't make sense, I'm not going to trade Gaudreau and Monahan right off the bat. But that would be kind of an interesting way to start the next franchise mode in NHL 21. So we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Definitely going to take a look at it. I don't know when it's going to be up, but we'll definitely work on getting it up pretty soon. And yeah, like I said, this was a fun franchise mode. So I'm definitely looking forward to the next one. Again, that will do it for NHL 20. That will do it for our franchise mode. Thank you for watching. It was a blast, and we'll see you in NHL 21.